Moon Platoon, the AMC rocket is full blast this past week, and now with in tow a potential bounce off of that mental resistance now turns support. We are looking at a very formidable Monday coming ahead. I want to let you guys know what some analysts think. This is your weekly roundup of what is going on with the buy signals on AMC, as well as the fact that you guys are looking likely for whether or not the SEC report for the GameStop January squeeze is coming soon. We will cover all of that, including the short interest right now, currently after a Ortex data correction at 17.5%. That is still ample, much more than the short squeeze back in the Volkswagen 08 squeeze. But if this video is of use, of interest, or of entertainment for you, I would love for you guys to make sure that like button is smashed all the way up to the people watching this. Make sure that viewer count is equal to that like count as we defeat that algorithm together. Let's make sure that we understand what is going on in this meme stock short squeeze report first before we get too far in this video. Ever since Robinhood halted trading on meme stocks like GameStop and AMC at the chaotic apex of January's wild meme stock trading frenzy, retail investors and Wall Street have been waiting with bated breath to see how regulators will respond. In fact, we even followed Gary Gensler dropping hints of when that report is going to come out for an entire congressional hearing, and that was streamed live on here. So if you guys don't want to miss a single other live stream that has important market important market inevitabilities as well as consequences, we are going to make sure that we understand here with that bell button and the subscribe. While February's entertaining if bizarre congressional hearings gave the public a window into how the meme stock craze is viewed within the Beltway, it remains to be seen how SEC Chief Gary Gensler and former Goldman Sachs executive known for taking heavy-handed stances on market misfunctions will act on things like payment for order flow and what appears to be some odd data on short selling. So, bad data or manipulated data? Let's all find out right here in this quick vid. We're not going to see all of it. We're just going to understand what the main meat and potatoes is.
Robinhood and other trading apps restricted trading on stocks like GameStop, AMC Entertainment, and other so-called meme stocks at the height of January's chaotic short squeeze. It set off a firestorm that led to outrage, congressional hearings, and now an SEC investigation that's set to yield a report on exactly what happened in January and what it means for the future of markets. We talked to Chris Matthews of MarketWatch to figure out what's in this report, when we might expect it, and what it might mean for the future of meme stocks. I'm Thornton McHenry, and this is Meme Markets. So, Chris, this report, by all rumor, sounds like this thing's coming out reasonably soon. What do you think the time frame is, and what do you think the expectations are of what's in this report?
Chairman Gensler said a couple weeks ago that the report would be coming soon. There's really not much more information we have than that, I guess. Hopefully in the coming weeks. These things tend to get delayed, though. There really hasn't been any information to bear out the worst of those sorts of theories, but there are conflicts of interest that arise because of payment for order flow. Gensler wants to take another look at it. So that's certainly one issue that's going to be in there. The issue of short sale disclosure and just generally the existence of naked short selling going on. I mean, it's supposed to be illegal, but it obviously happens a lot. It happened in the case of GameStop, where more shares were being sold short than were actually outstanding. That's something that people tried to fix in the wake of Dodd-Frank. It didn't get done, so the SEC might, take another crack at putting in rules on that. Mm-hmm. They're going to look at the market for market makers. Citadel Securities, one of the major market makers that buys a lot of the order flow from like Robinhood, claims to execute something like 40% of retail trades. And so that's a huge, maybe an antitrust concern. I know Gensler is concerned about that and will probably be outlining some things there.
Generally speaking, it's very hard to regulate a regular person buying shares of companies on the internet. Really, is it fair to say that the assumption is this thing will be more targeted at institutional traders and not the retail crowd?
Oh, absolutely. I think Gensler's been pretty clear that he doesn't see that there's anything wrong with people gathering on social media, talking about trading, even sort of what you might call coordinating trading. Those things are not illegal. I mean, what's illegal would be to say lie about a company and then try and get people to invest in it based on a lie. If you're doing that online, then the SEC might go after you. But there really is no indication that regulators are concerned about what's happening on Reddit or any of these other forums where people are getting together and talking about investments.
So
And that's the most important thing to take away. Remember, go back. Even think about the last 30 seconds of the clip. Gary Gensler has some big enemies to take down. Will it be you? Likely not. But will payment for order flow and other ways that the 21st century of trading will be taken away? Will these manipulated practices, right? These are just tools. But will PFOF, will these shorts be taken off the table entirely because we just can't play with nice things? This is why we can't have nice things, all right?
Gary Gensler, who's sort of a key figure here, if not the key figure. What is it about Gensler that makes him sort of different than what we might think of the recent SEC chair people?
He is a former Wall Street banker. He spent many years at Goldman Sachs as a deal maker, made a bunch of money, but then pretty much left that career almost 30 years ago. He goes and works in the Clinton administration. He ends up chairing the Commodity Futures Trading Commission under Obama, and in the wake of the financial crisis, when the Dodd-Frank financial reform legislation was getting written, he stepped on a lot of toes in the financial services industry with his efforts to regulate derivatives. And so he has a lot of cred from the progressive side of the Democratic Party and the financial watchdog community. But he also has cred, I think, from the industry, because they know that he knows what he's talking about.
He's cred. And if you guys want to hear that last thing, we will cover that article again in a future live stream. So make sure you understand that you have a good understanding of what the content is going to be. If you guys want to finish that video, come join a live stream in the future of this channel. AMC Daily Chart Analysis. Stock seems to be bouncing off of support in what technical traders call a pennant pattern. We saw that. We drew that. Here it is. Right there, that pennant from earlier on in a previous live stream where we broke out bullishly over the last 2 trading days. The stock has been getting condensed between narrowing highs and lows and is nearing the end of a pennant pattern where there's not much more room for the stock to go. The stock could see a breakout within the coming days. This was written about, I think, on Friday, which means looking like that we are going to be able to put more gas into the pedal and push even further. The next level of resistance, which we were rejected by, was that 41.58. Stock crossed over the 50-day moving pattern green Thursday and trades above the 200-day moving pattern blue. Here it is, right there. We had a very similar pattern being able to be built out of a tighter wedge that we broke out of. This is going to be a continuation of a bullish wedge, descending levels of resistance and ascending levels of support. So if you guys are excited, I'm excited to share Monday with you guys. Make sure you guys understand that these are just an amalgamation of different reports of where these are going to be going. And if this was something that you would want to learn more on, let's get that financial freedom together. Make sure that you guys understand that those of you who have been able to support the show have been invaluable to the show's continual health. And I cannot wait to see each of you, Patreon supporters as well as the YouTube members, in the money. For now, but not for forever, peace and have a great week. We'll see you on Monday.